Welcome to the Nicholas 11x12 technology. Today I'm looking at the #1 X-Men X1 smartphone. It's an IP68 certified ruggedized phone equipped with fairly powerful hardware on the inside. On Banggood.com you can currently get this phone for just around $150. Once again, a huge thank you to Banggood.com for continually sending me these interesting smartphones to review. In the box we get the X1 phone itself, the 3300 mAh battery, the back cover for the phone, also included a screen protector, very kind indeed, and as for cables, the USB cable and the charger rated at 1 amp. Then we also get this OTG cable, and in this little wallet here, some sort of little toolkit. Last but not least, the user's manual. The #1 X1 is available in two different colors, black and orange, as well as black and gray. This is the one I have here today. The build quality is very good, that's what I can tell you right off the bat, but that's what we gotta expect from a ruggedized phone anyways. Although robustness is #1's main goal here, the design overall isn't even bad at all too. If you're into that type of bulky devices, beautiful design I'd say. The X-Men X1 is IP68 certified, which means the smartphone is water, dust, pressure, freeze, shock and scratch proof. That's a whole lot of proof. On the back we have the speaker down there, the well protected micro USB connection and the 3.5mm audio jack on bottom and top respectively. But this is where my first complaint comes in. The rubber cover for the 3.5mm jack is extremely difficult to open up, but at least it protects. On the right we have the volume rocker along with the power button. On the front is one mic, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a second one beside the main camera. Speaking of camera, we got a 13 megapixel main camera along with an LED flash. Unfortunately not a very powerful one. The X1 also comes with a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Now although this is a 5-inch phone, it's really big. Definitely not the usual 5-inch size we're used to see. With 16.1mm, I wouldn't exactly call this phone slim in general. This phone features the Android 4.4.2 KitKat OS, but to me it seems to be more like sort of an updated Jelly Bean 4.2. As for the display, it's a 5-inch 1280 by 720 IPS screen with very impressive viewing angles. But even the color reproduction is very good, and I didn't notice any grainy pixels whatsoever. The touch responsiveness is fantastic for a ruggedized phone. The X1 is powered by the also popular MediaTek MT6582 1.3 GHz quad-core CPU, and with that Mali 400MP GPU, games run fairly smoothly I'd say. As always with that CPU-GPU package, we got 8GB of internal storage along with 1GB of RAM. Under the back cover we find a removable 3300 mAh lithium-ion battery that unfortunately disappointed me a little. Considering this is a 3300 mAh battery, the battery life didn't turn out to be too positive in my opinion. But it's still far away from bad and is definitely usable. This X-Men X1 can hold up to 2 mini-SIM cards, and to extend the storage, you could install a microSD card with a capacity of up to 128GB into that slot there. Not bad, not bad. The overall responsiveness of the phone is good I'd say. To be honest, I've expected worse, but that's a nice surprise there. Speaking of performance, in the AnTuTu benchmark, this smartphone scores around 20,000. In Geekbench about 1,200 points in the multi-core test and about 350 in the single-core test. So definitely not bad scores. The Wi-Fi receiver on this X1 is surprisingly good for a phone in this price range, one of the best I've come across so far, again in this price range of course. The internal speaker is loud and sounds okay. Audio through headphones doesn't sound good at all unfortunately, that's a real shame. The mic is okay. This phone also comes with a fourth button on the front, the search button. The image quality is decent. Of course it by far is not perfect by any means, but the camera does well in most cases, even in low light situations. And as you can see, I've managed to take some interestingly good shots with the phone for a price of just around $150. Video quality is a different story though. As I've seen too often already, the video sadly gets upscaled to 1080p, so the video quality isn't all that impressive, especially not when combined with occasional image distortions and a low frame rate of just 14 FPS. Focusing is another weak spot in video mode. The video camera seriously let me down. But other than that, the #1 X-Men X1 does well for its price, and certainly has decent performance to offer, comes with a good display, is IP68 certified, therefore very robust, and doesn't even look bad. While the battery life did not manage to impress me much despite its capacity of 3300 mAh, it is good enough for most of us. The camera is a win-lose situation here. Taking photos, win. Shooting video, lose. Nonetheless, the price-performance ratio isn't even bad. Although the smartphone by far isn't perfect, I would still recommend this No.1 X-Men X1, especially when looking for an affordable, ruggedized phone. Once again, big thanks to Banggood.com for sending me this product and making this review possible. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and visit my website to see videos there earlier than on YouTube.